doctor.
It takes a village to raise a child, and when you consider how many babies are aborted or abandoned each year, it's easy to see why adoption plays a crucial role in building loving family units.
After I'd been married for a while, we decided to start a family, and it didn't happen for us the natural way. So we ended up at the fertility clinic, and we started on fairly low treatments, but it escalated into IVFs, which are quite difficult treatments. And we struggled for about 5 years with various different treatments at the fertility clinic. You've always got this glimmer of hope that the next one will work. So I found that we were taking more and more treatments as time went on, and obviously emotionally and financially the toll becomes greater. The day we got the phone call to say that our son had been born was the strangest day ever. At the time I was a swimming teacher and I was in the pool, and the secretary came out and said, "There's an urgent phone call for you." Got out the pool dripping wet, and the social worker was on the phone, and she said, "Your son's been born." And this ridiculous conversation ensued, where we were told that we had in fact been chosen by a woman who'd come in and she had a baby to give up for adoption, and she picked us. And 2 hours later, we were at the hospital meeting our son for the very first time.
Inspired by her own journey, Terri now runs a counselling practice for people struggling with infertility and adoption.
I tried to find a book to read to Alex that would explain to him why he was adopted and how adoption takes place. And the only books I could find were American books. So I decided I would write down a story that the social worker had told me when we were going through the adoption process. And I started fiddling around with that story. And I'm not really sure how it all happened, but it ended up becoming an illustrated book. Over the years, with all the fertility treatment and the long screening process for adoption, the toll on our marriage was quite great, and unfortunately we did split up in the end. A couple of years later I met Andrew, and I'm now in a great relationship with him. And you know, Alex is a really lucky little boy. He's got me, and he's got his dad, and he's got my partner Andrew, and we're all very happy with that.
Terri's book has been translated into isiXhosa, Afrikaans, Italian, French and German.
The little book about adoption. I only know one page, and that was when my mom and my dad were crying because they wanted a baby, they didn't have one. And I was born from another lady. She didn't know what to do to me. So they gave her to another woman, and that was my mom.
The relationship between Alex and myself has built quite dramatically over the past two and a half years I've been with Terri. I didn't want to come in too much as a disciplinarian or any way but his friend. You know, he's got a good relationship with his father and his mom, and they take care of a lot of that, but it's just like having a good friend, you know, and that's what he needs as well.
In addition to loving parents, Alex is also blessed with doting grandparents for that extra little bit of love and spoiling.
When Terri and Steve decided that adoption was the way, I found it very exciting. And so when they brought Alex back, in fact, he was absolutely newborn, and we went to the hospital and he was full of tubes and all sorts of things. And it was really, really exciting, and I could hold him in my hand, and just in the palm of my hand.
We absolutely adore having Alex, but we've totally forgotten he's adopted. He's just our grandson, you know. He's a gorgeous child. He's very affectionate, gives us big hugs. He's a naughty little boy, of course, like all little boys. And we wouldn't be without him.
I can't imagine having a family any other way than the way that we have done it. Obviously Alex is my world, and I love him more than anything. And I think adoption for us has been absolutely fantastic, and I would recommend it to any family.
Tell him that you love me,
and he says, I must tell you that I love him so much.
I want to live the best life.